A new lesson with drawing the Porsche 917, and as you can see, what I've done is to block in most of the exterior of the body now. There are a couple little things that I haven't done yet. There's an external framework underneath here and things like that, but basically the outer shape of the car is done now. And what I'm going to have to work on is some of the little details. I've got quite a bit to do inside the cockpit area here. And I've also got a really long windshield wiper. It's a single wiper, so I have to do that. I did the window and the door, and I did the spoiler in the back, and I darkened a little bit more in here, and I also put the two side vents. I think those are vents for the brakes. I'm not certain, but I believe that's what they are. And I put a couple of the NACA ducts in here and a little tab for the fueling cap. And mostly all the detail is going to be inside here now in the cockpit. And I'm not sure exactly how dark I'm going to make it, but it's going to be fairly dark. I don't really want to see the driver inside of it, so I think I'm just going to blank that out and leave it very, very dark, as if it's all in shadow, which it would be anyway. But in one of the photos that I have, it shows a little bit of detail of the driver's helmet, and I think I'm not going to include that. I don't really want to have a driver in there. So this is where we are. After I get to that point, I have to do the wheels and decide how much detail I'm going to put in them too. Again, it's the same kind of choice as with the two that I have, the two photographs that I took. One is very dark. It's colored, but the shadow is extremely dark underneath it. That's what I'm using here. And the other one, black and white, shows a lot more detail in here. It's much softer, but I think I'm going to go with basically the colored photo, which is much stronger shadows, much lost in shadows. So that's probably what I'm going to do here in both wheels, front and back. They probably won't see much detail in them at all, if any, except for in the front there's the center locking nut that holds the wheel on. I think I'll just leave that in stark relief to the black of the wheel itself. And that's about it. The upper part of the body here is blue, except for the little part here, which is the orange panel. And the lower part of the body up to here, that's all an orange color too. They're very similar value, but I'm going to darken this artificially. I'm going to make the lower portion a little bit darker so that you can see a line of demarcation between the blue and the orange. I think it'll look good, and everybody who knows what a golf paint job is will recognize that that's what I'm doing anyway. So it'll give it a little bit of contrast between the two, and that'll make it a little bit more interesting story too. Anyway, that's it for now. I'll do some more work today, and then I'll post this tomorrow.